All right, we are live. How's it going, everybody? We are here. We're doing
Everybody,
things. We're down to Sifu for today. He's doing family things, so let him do his thing. All right. So this week, as you guys can tell from the thumbnail, we're gonna be doing some flavor art stuff. So let's see how this turns out. Very excited. I know Chris has been pushing for this one for a couple of weeks now, because this is his wheelhouse.
because this is the one flavor that I guaranteed have the most of out of everyone.
So you better not fuck this up. That's what we're saying.
I mean, there's a good chance, but
There's a good chance.
I'm
Oh
hoping
yeah.
for the best.
Everything I'm using in this recipe, I think I've not used once. So I'm going into this completely blind. It's going to be fun.
I've used everything. All 9 flavors I've used.
So if you want to figure out Chris's custard, start buying
Actually, you know what? To be completely honest, like the vanilla does not have one flavor concentrate.
What? What?
Yeah, I know,
Travesty.
man. It's fucking kind of trippy.
Travesty.
At least now we know. Now people in the chat know that if they're trying to build a clone of your recipe, they know not to use flavor.
You could try it.
Just
I mean,
eliminate that house.
No flavor art. Shut it down.
now that's just that one recipe.
Yeah. Fair
Throw
enough.
that
I was
out.
just teasing.
That'd be cool.
Man.
If people
Oh,
try to
wow.
clone it.
Oh, and we
do
just
have
said he
Sifu.
wasn't going to be on.
There he is.
Look at that. We get a guest star Sifu. He's part of the panel.
Hey, I'm just stopping
Honor.
in. I have a few minutes before dinner. I just want to come in and tell everyone hi. It's my wife's birthday, and I won't be able to make the whole show. But my mix is public. It's called Strawberry Baked Falaska, F-A Alaska, and it's a strawberry meringue baked Alaska. Hopefully you guys like it, mix it, love it. So miss you guys.
What's
See
a
you next
baked
week.
Alaska before you go? What's a
What's
baked?
that?
It's like a
baked
meringue
Alaska
pie,
is
isn't
like
it?
kind of like a pie crust with strawberry ice cream, and then it's covered in meringue, and then it's baked and served warm.
Yeah, and you've got to pile up the meringue like an
Like
Alaskan
you pile up the
slope.
meringue like real big. So there's some toasted, there's some almond, there's some custard premium, and there's some vanilla gelato fang, whatever that one is. For the meringue portion, and for the strawberry, I went with Red Touch, a little bit of forest fruit, and some candy jammy wizard, and some marshmallow for the sweetness, and with the meringue. So it should be awesome. I'm excited about that one. I'm going to mix it up later tonight, and I will report back. So I got to go, but
Nice.
Later, yo.
miss you guys.
All
Have
right.
fun.
Thanks for
See you later,
dropping by. The show you're a part of. It's like it seems weird saying thanks for dropping by. It's like you're on the show.
You're on the show. Thanks for stopping by on your own show. All right. Well, all right. Let's just jump into what I've been mixing. Chris, what you been up to, man?
Okay, so what have I been mixing? I mixed up something. Oh, I mixed up so I'd like on this show actually, I think it was like the 3rd or 4th episode, I made up a peanut butter cheesecake. Like behind the scenes, I've been kind of like working away at it because I didn't mind where it started, but I didn't really like it that much. I mean, it wasn't as cheesecakey as I wanted it to be. So I kind of been manipulating that, and I think that I'm on like maybe like the 3rd or 4th rendition, but I decided that I liked where it was, but it's still just I wanted a little bit more. So I've now I mixed up with a few tweaks to the actual like peanut butter cheesecake, and then I added some chocolate to it. So I'm kind of waiting on that because I just did that this past weekend. Like I think it was Saturday. So that's one thing that I just mixed up, and I'm pretty stoked about it. For anybody out there that is interested in a peanut butter cheesecake, like if you like Eric Vinyl and Vapors, it's not really the same. It's definitely different. But if you're looking for something that you could find a recipe for, I think that it's like, I guess I could find out real quick. It is episode 4. So you can go check that out. It's pretty good, but like I said, I'm working on it because I really wanted to try something chocolate and peanut butter, and now I actually have some like legit chocolates that I genuinely think taste good. So I toying around with that. Another thing that I worked on or I mixed up was the other night, Mitch, he popped into the Vape Stew Discord and he was doing a bunch of mixing. So I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna fucking mix something. I was sitting here, all my shit was here, so I fucking mixed up raspberry iced tea. I haven't revisited it since the night of, but there was it ended up that I put in some cactus to try to like, as Sifu would say, like juice it up.
Using it
And
as a
even at
juicer.
0.25%, it was pretty much almost owning the fucking mix. So I've decided that I was gonna like let that just chill out for a bit. I think that that was Saturday. No, yeah, it was Saturday at 1:40 in the morning. So I was up pretty late, I guess, mixing. So maybe that's why I made that mistake. Um, but I'm gonna retry it, and then if it's like reasonably good, I might try mixing it without the cactus because, like I said, I just even that 0.25%, it was kind of owning it, and I wasn't really loving it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's another thing that I've mixed up. I'm trying to like really branch out on my own time, to get some fruits under my belt. So I think that my biggest problem is trying to figure out profiles that I might enjoy. I
Mm-hmm.
like iced tea, so I was like, you know what? I can definitely go for like a raspberry Arizona anytime. So that was like my idea. It was like basically, and I also got in like the sweet tea from One on One. So I was like, oh, I want to mix that. The iced tea from Flavor West is actually pretty good. So I was
The
working
Wonder
on
Flavor
that.
Southern Sweet Tea is pretty good too.
Yeah, dude, there's so many Wonder flavors I need to get. Like don't have that many, and
Mm-hmm.
I've been like buying gearing towards that challenge. So I already know that for that challenge, like I'm gonna want to go dessert because that's my preferred vape. So I've been playing around with a bit of Wonder flavors. Like I got in a bunch and I'm just trying to learn some of the flavors. So like I did a couple of simple mixes. So like that's something that I've been doing. I tried mixing up like I can't even remember what it was. I'll tell you in 1 second. My computer does not like loading all the stuff and running Zoom and everything else. It was like I was trying to make like basically like I don't even know. I basically jammed a bunch of shit into something just so I can kind of figure out what plays well with other things. So it was just an attempt at using straight up Wonder Flavor shit. I also never used the Wonder Flavor sweetener, so I wanted to like try that as well. So I mixed up like maybe 5 or 6 different things. Some of them are as simple as like 2 flavors and some sweetener. Mixed up one that was just sweetener, so I could get an idea of what the sweetener, if it gives like an off taste or whatever. So I've been just doing my homework on Wonder Flavors because um I think that I had maybe 6 Wonder flavors like a month ago. Like that's all that I had. So I've been trying to like do a real crash course in them. Just for like anyone out there, there is like a noted challenge for Wonder flavors, and so I think that we're all gonna submit a recipe. And so I wanted to make sure because these guys will probably had. I know the clowns had a lot of Wonder flavor stuff. So he's a little bit more I
Versed.
guess, yes, he's well versed
Yeah.
in the Wonder Flavors world. So
A
I
little
wanted to
too
make sure
well.
that I could catch up a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, so other than that, though, I don't think that I've done that much. Like I guess that's the most mixing I've done in a while. But those are like the key things that I really was getting down on. I have a bunch of ideas. Just today's episode. When I was putting together the recipe, I was like, "Oh, dude, you know what? Like, this is not a single flavor house idea, but this is gonna have to get made on my own, and I'm excited about it. So look forward to next week when I probably have more things that I've been mixing. But that is pretty much it for me. How about you, Mitch?
So this weekend, I was lucky enough to have the house to myself, no kids, nobody around, and so I like took over the whole living room and kitchen. Had it was pretty nice. I mixed all weekend long. Uh, my eyes are like crossed from like staring at my phone and my tablet all weekend. I had like 3 tables all set up around me, like built around me. It was
Dude,
legit.
you had mega desk?
Yeah, dude. Let's see if the picture will. Look at that.
You had
Got my
mega
ring
desk.
light,
You
3
had mega
whole
desk.
folding tables. It was legit.
Dude,
I was in the zone.
I just
I had a
imagine him
garbage
with
can
like
with,
some
like,
guy in the background. Let the
Red Bulls
mixing
in it.
commence.
Put on the Snyder cut and just have it on in the background as I was mixing my ass off. I think I watched that a couple times this weekend.
Which did you finish first, all the
no, it was
mixing or
good
the
though.
movie?
Oh well, I watched the movie a couple times.
Okay.
They even took when they left. They even took the dog, so I had like no noise. No, the house is weird when it's that quiet. So I
Mhm.
always have a TV going on.
What's funny?
Nah, I'm excited. Yeah, lots of different new stuff that I've been playing with, and I'm excited about. I gotta send out some samples of a few of them to beta test, but yeah. What about you, Clown?
Well, I did mostly just filling in orders this weekend, and I learned that I was not prepared. Like, holy crap, man! Like, I had to like sub out some things, which honestly, I even did the recipes for myself just to see if they would work, and they're fucking working. So hey, desperation makes for great times. That's all I gotta say on that one. And yeah, that's all. I guess seriously, just like we've talked about sending stuff to Grim, and I know how like you and Sifu have sent stuff to Grim, and it's helped like push along with your liquid lines and stuff. But I know I'm nowhere near prepared, so that for sure proved it to me. And I'm like trying to stock up on some flavorings that I use for my recipes and all that. But and beyond that, just building coils still, trying to get them jars filled up. Redid my shelving, which I'm excited about. Everything's more within reach now, so, and it looks prettier, so very exciting weekend for me right there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And since Sifu's not here, we don't get to hear about his adventures for the weekend. So all right, let's.
Some great ones though.
Oh yeah, Sifu's always good for a story. All right, let's just do a quick ad break, and then we'll be right back. Get into some main mixing here.
I think I went.
You're like all VTA things, like they're not sweet at all. Like even shit that I would think would be sweet is not sweet. Like I got the strawberry jam and I was like, oh man. And then I tried it and it was like not even sweet at all.
What I find funny about flan is that it's just Mexican custard. It really is.
Mhm.
It just has like a honey drizzle or maple syrup drizzle. On
Yeah,
top
but
of
it's
it.
like more jelly, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, it's more
comes-
jiggly. It has more of a jiggle than like custard does.
Yeah.
The difference between like a creme brulee, a flan, and a custard is like the type of milk. And normally, like in flan, they use like sweetened condensed milk.
Mhm.
I want to say like and then they use I don't know
Custard
what
is
the other
just
two
regular
are.
whole milk.
I don't remember, but yeah, whole milk or
Yeah,
like
I've tried
homogenous
making it a
milk.
couple times. Not gone over well. All right, so here we are. You got to hear our talk about flan and custard, but I was going to say, so we're going to get into some FA mixing here, some flavor art stuff. Let's see, Mitch, you want to start us off on this one?
Yeah, absolutely. If somebody can come up with a decent name for this, I don't have one yet. It's public under Flavor Art, episode 38, Mixing It Up.
Oh, is
So it
that
needs
was yours? Because I saw that on
Yeah.
like conventions or whatever.
Oh, since Mitch said that, if you
Um,
guys got mixes and you want to post them on there, we don't even care if it's flavor art related. Just fucking post some mixes. Mix along with
Yeah.
us here.
So I went. I'm doing like a fruits and creams. I'm hoping that it comes out fairly light. Um, it's a 1% Sicilian mix, 1.5% forest fruit, 1.25% lemon Sicily, 0.5% of Madagascar vanilla classic, 1% marshmallow, 1% meringue, 2.5% strawberry red touch, 2% vanilla ice cream gelato, and
Fire.
1% Vienna cream. Can come in at 11.75 for flavor total.
Dude, like there's a couple like concentrates in here having there that I think are legit. Not even just because I'm using some of them.
Yeah.
Even though some of the ones that I'm not using. Yeah, all right, I'll go. So
Oh
mine.
yeah, sorry.
Let me just publish mine here real quick. Mine is called Fabulous Lemon Custard Donut. And it's like, it's the FA and fabulous are capitalized because it's a flavor art night, you know. I went with the cheesy name, but that's fine because it's gonna be a banger. So maybe that'll be good. All right, so yeah, I'm basically I'm trying to make like a lemon custard donut. There's a couple of the concentrates that I use that I feel like they have kind of already like a lemon back note. So I think that that's kind of the reason why I went that route. So I'm just gonna go from top to bottom on my list, and then I'll explain, I guess, as I go what it's for. So I wanted to make it like kind of like a lemony butterscotch donut. So I went with butterscotch from Flavor. Or I always do that. I went with butterscotch at 0.75%. And then I went with caramel at 0.25%. And then I used custard, the regular, like the crema pasticara, the regular custard, at 1.25%. And then I also went with marshmallow at 0.3% and meringue at 0.3% because I don't have a flavor art sweetener. And I also thought that that might boost the creamy note. And then I went for the lemon. I went lemon Sicily at 1.25%. And the donut is 0.5% of Joy and 2.75% of Zapola. And I also forgot to mention that I put in Vienna cream at 0.5% to add to that creaminess. And the total is 7.85%. So hopefully it's going to be good. I know that a few of those, like Zapola and Vienna cream, they take a few days to like really settle in. But it shouldn't be terrible off the shake. We'll have to see. How about you, Clown?
Uno momento here. I'm ripping into Duchess a little here. And there we go. All right, cool.
Oh, thanks, Derek.
Oh, man. So, like I was saying at the beginning of the show, FA isn't something I've really explored a hell of a whole lot. I've had used a couple of them, but even looking through like my main recipes and stuff like that, flavor art is something I haven't really played or explored a whole lot. So I'm trying to, I feel like branching out is a good thing. So this one I'm just calling it Italian custard just because I know like FA, at least from what I could tell on the research that I was doing, trying to find the picture for the thumbnail. They're an Italian-based company. Yeah. So just went with Italian custard. On this one, we're going to do apple pie, which in reality, sniffing through it, just getting like the smell of it, it smells more like just the crust, not an actual apple pie. There's like no apple scent to it. I don't know if you guys have ever tried it.
Which one? The flavor art apple pie?
Mm-hmm.
No, don't have it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Then We're gonna do a little bit of brandy on there because why not make it alcoholic? You know, that kind of thing. That one's at 0.75%. The apple pie is 0.5. Then I'm doing custard premium at 1%. New York cheesecake at 1.25%, and then Zappola at 1.5 to finish it off. In total, it's 5%.
Oh fuck, man! I was like, oh nice, I got like a pretty low percent, and then Mitch said what his percent was, and I was like, ooh, I might have the lowest percent mix this week. Nope. Thanks, clown. You fucking blew me out of the water.
I'm a master at low percentages, apparently. Like, I don't know how much time you guys spend on the what's it called, the mixing Facebook groups, but there was like a heated argument over like newer mixers using less versus older mixers just going bananas with all the flavorings and stuff, and it just turned into a whole philosophical argument on which is better. And I don't know, yeah, it depends on the mix and depends on what you like. That's really what it boils down to.
Well, dude, you might use some flavorings, and like some of them you have to fucking hammer to even be able to taste them. Especially if you're gonna start like layering other shit in there. But like flavor art, to me, they're like pretty. Most of them are lower percentage. They're pretty strong flavorings.
Yeah. Well, it's like if you're using like old TFA ones that have been around for a minute, those you kind of want to go a little heavier handed on. And I know Mitch has mentioned in the past, Liquid Barn is something that for the most part you gotta hammer it in a little bit. So.
Oh yeah.
It just depends on the flavorings too. I mean, that's just the simple part of it. Your own personal taste and what the hell the flavorings actually do.
There is a method, that's for sure. Man, the one thing about mixing in a 30 ml bottle though is that when you start getting into like 0.25% and you're putting in like 0.08 grams.
Oh, that's a pain.
Dude, that's so difficult. I always seem to like never get it right on.
It slips by a little bit.
Like that was 3 drops. Was 0.08.
And Duchess, you think I'm not paying attention, but I am paying attention. Even though I do agree, Chris's custards are amazing, but just saying.
Who, he's talking shit?
Well, he said that the only true custard are Chris's custards, which I can agree with that to a point, but, you know, he's been telling me in private chats that he loves custard to the core, so, I mean, am I getting slapped around a little bit here? What the hell?
I just think he tells
which
all
one's
of us
lip service, Duchess? I want to know. Which one's lip service?
I think he does that to all of us. He tells us all of our stuff's the best and then turns around and tells the other person that theirs is the best.
I've actually never heard him say that to me. He told me that it was not that great. It was all right.
Oh, he gave you that spiel.
Yeah, but like, here's the thing: his orders have proved otherwise. So I guess.
Oh yeah, he brags about how many times he's ordered from your site.
Man, I love the smell.
So the one thing that I didn't get accomplished this weekend, besides like a handful, like I got to finish up a couple of orders. But the one thing I didn't get completed was making a new menu. That's the one thing I didn't get to. I got to do that. Change some stuff up. I'm totally putting this white chocolate peanut butter custard on there. Nice. I'm super happy with it.
Nice. We could use more peanut butter custards.
I'm just excited because it's one that doesn't taste like burnt popcorn.
That's what I mean. We could use more peanut butter.
I'm so happy. I've always wanted to vape a peanut butter and like enjoy it.
I need to send you frosted nuts at some point. See how you feel about that.
I'm all about that cereal life.
Right?
My answer to everything is put Cereal 27 in it. Or Liquid Barn vanilla ice cream. You can solve every problem. Just use those two. That's Mitch's philosophy. When in doubt, Serial 27.
Did you see what Duchess said?
No. What did he say?
2 weeks in a row, now I get tossed under the bus. This is BS. That's what happens when you run your mouth like that, bro.
Hey, hey, Duchess, shout out. 3 of the flavors I'm using in this recipe I wouldn't have if it weren't for that box from you, brother.
Fuck you, Duchess.
He's not gonna live that one down.
He came through on the vanilla, the Madagascar that I used, the lemon Sicily, and the Vienna cream. Because the normal lemon Sicily that I use is Capella's.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I didn't need any of those.
Wait, I don't think I've heard it, but did you have a sweetener for your recipe there?
Nope, that's why I have 1% meringue and 1% marshmallow in it, to give it some sweetener. Because it's
Nice.
the one of the houses I don't have a sweetener for.
Yeah.
Dude, I've never even seen a Flavor Art sweetener. I'm sure there is one.
Do they make one? Mitch, you should know. You went hunting all those sweeteners.
I didn't find a Flavor Art sweetener.
I'm gonna have to
I
check
did not
their
find
site.
one. So if you want to make these recipes and you want them to actually probably taste better, add some sweetener.
Mm-hmm.
Mine should be like fairly like it shouldn't be dying for sweet. It should be okay, but it probably would be better with some fucking sweetener in it. Oh, dude, we were chilling right before this show, and like I didn't even re-wick anything. What a fucking
You were on for a bit. I was like busy doing stuff that's in chat with you, but you were on for a bit.
Yeah, did you throw something in the chat? I was watching a video.
No. I could just hear the Grim Stream play.
Oh yeah, that's what I was watching.
Yeah.
I was watching the one with Breeze Tones.
Mm-hmm. Dude.
I was surprised on like the amount of like there was definitely some negative comments, like it was ridiculous as to what they were doing. Like the way that Adam Wicks is like borderline.
Dude,
Ridiculous.
people are weird about wicking. That's like one of the bigger comments I get. I get either you're a moron, you don't know what you're talking about, or I get you don't know how to wick. And I got like I've gotten like full rants before in my videos of how to wick properly. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna really reply to this, but I mean personally, this is just what works for me. You can do what works for you. I don't really care.
Well, that's the thing. I've never once heard anyone be like, "This is how you wick this," and if you don't, you're wrong. I've never heard.
Oh,
anyone
I've gotten
say
that before, dude. It's fucking weird.
There's a lot
Like,
of
dude,
lewd movements
Okay,
going
so
on.
it took me a little bit
Huh?
of time,
There's a lot of lewd
but I actually
movements
have been
going
really
on.
digging this cotton.
The white
Like
stuff.
I feel like this cotton's good, and I was using Cotton Bacon Prime heavy for like I don't know from when it came out.
Mm-hmm. Do Unicorn still sell it on his site?
I think so.
Yeah, that's where I got it from.
Oh, that smells good.
I think I ordered like my 4th vert, and then I ordered like 10 bags of this cotton.
That's
Dude,
interesting.
I'm down to 1 vert. One time I was up to 3. Now I just have my wet one.
But he still
Dude, I
has his
literally
army
bought
of
the one. I haven't even
interns.
opened it yet because I was like, one day I'll want this, and I really, really like this mod. And I have like a brass one that has 4 zeros, so like I don't use it that often. And then I have another one that I got coated by Ashton, so I don't want to like just fucking every day it. So I just been using one, like a black one, fucking so hard that like I've dropped it a bunch and like
Is the paint
whatever
coming off?
else. So I was like, eventually I'm gonna need it, and then this is gonna be the spare parts vessel. and I'll use the brand new.
So I sold my my black one that I just had recently. I sold it to one of my friends locally, and I sold it to him. He's gone. 4 days later, he comes to pick up a bottle of juice, hands me his mod to have me try what he's vaping, and he's got two big fucking chips in the side of this mod. I was like, dude, you've had it for 4 days. If you're gonna treat my shit like this, I'm gonna take it back.
Well, it's no longer yours. It's his.
No, fuck that. I'll throw his money right back out. I'm taking this. You're abusing it. You're not
Well,
treating it right.
My favorite one, at least on the buy sell trade group situation, is when somebody buys something and then like a day later after they get it, you see them turning around and already selling it.
Back on.
Yeah.
Duchess, by the way, I have never done that, so shut up. Don't fucking spread that hate.
Dude, this is good. That's a
These
polo.
are suggestions. These are merely suggestions. They're not like you're doing it wrong. This is what has worked for me. This is why it's my favorite. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. Sorry. Go ahead, clown. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Dude, that's a
Please.
polo. Holy crap! You guys are not kidding on that. Like, it's got some doughiness to it.
On what?
Like I use Zapola for one of my flavors and stuff, and that doughiness is fucking amazing.
Dude, it's fire. It's a great concentrate. Great concentrate.
God damn it! I might have to look at some of my recipes. We'll see. This show has made my recipes way more expensive. I'll say that much.
Dude, flavor cheap though.
No, I know Flavor isn't too bad, but like Flavora and Wonder Flavors kill me.
Even Wonder
Wonder Flavors
Flavor
isn't
and
too
Wonder
bad.
Flavors are like the same. They're not expensive to me.
They're not too bad, but they're higher than like say a TFA bottle.
Flavora, yeah.
So speaking of cactus, there, Overdrip.
Yeah.
This weekend, actually not this weekend, yesterday, I got an order from Bull City, and I take the outer plastic FedEx wrapper off, and as soon as I do, I can just smell cactus. Like, I haven't even opened the box yet. Like, and I know that inside that box, it's inside of a bag too. So, and I could smell it all the way through. I opened it up. When they bottled it, they didn't sink the cap down all the way, and I lost about like 15 mils, like 10 to 15 mils out of the
Ooh.
bottle all over all my concentrates that were inside the box.
Did they get a ranty email from Mitch?
No, they didn't. They've been pretty good to me lately. They fixed some of their mess ups, and I was really happy with it. So I decided not to on this one since it was only like 10 mils. I'll call it. I won't send it this time.
Pam, what Pam is PSS, right?
Yep.
I remember. I'm horrible at names. Sorry. Yeah, we do all have our all day vapes. For me, it's drunken apple cakes. I go back to that. I know Mitch. He won't stop telling me how many times he has one particular flavor in all his setups.
Right now, like, my raspberry cheesecake has been one of my go-tos recently. I've been vaping on that like freaking crazy, and then my butterscotch. Those are the things that like my butterscotch is in like 3 setups.
Dude, this for sure
Dude.
will become a 60 mil at some point. Just saying.
I'm just gonna say this right now, like, because we have so much. I'm gonna fucking re-wick this right now because let's put it this way, I fucking need to re-wick this right now.
Then rewick.
Because
Bring
I
out
got
that
the
white
time,
stuff.
and I got the drive, yeah, and I used that white stuff. The only thing I'll say about this that is a bit of a trip is it feels quite a bit different than Cotton Bacon Prime. So like when you're used to the way that something feels for a long time, then you feel something different. This definitely has like that that slight you know how like some people can't touch cotton balls because it almost squeaks on their fingers.
Mm-hmm.
This has like a bit of that to it, where I don't feel that Cotton Bacon Prime has that at all. Also, Tony, I don't see myself going to Hamilton. That was like I just went down because I was like I wanted to meet you, but I'll ship it to your hotel. Because for me to get to Hamilton's like almost 3 hours. But yeah, this just tasted good enough that I was like, I need to rewick this and get just the flavor.
I used your guys' advice from a couple weeks ago. I was only gonna add one lemon or citrus, and then I heard you guys in the back of my head tell me to give it some backup. So that's why I added
layer
the
those
citrus
flavors
mix.
because lemon dies really hard, dude. Unless you go at it like heavy-handed, but it's not even worth it. You gotta layer them flavors.
That's why I went with lemon, because I feel that like I use 3 concentrates that aren't lemon that have like lemon to them, and then I just boosted it with the actual lemon.
I think I'm gonna have to boost that brandy. It's not boozy enough.
See, and I kind of like in mine. I kind of boosted everything. I used the marshmallow and the meringue as my sweetener. Then I used the lemon Sicily and the citrus mix. The forest fruit was to back up the strawberry. And then the Vienna cream, vanilla ice cream, and Madagascar vanilla to do the creamy side. I think they worked out pretty well. This is actually really good.
Yeah, Tony, we get. Pam, no, I got it from Unicorn Vapes. I've actually never got cotton from Albert. Oh, I might have gotten a cotton bacon prime once. And a long time ago, I used to get the trap cotton, like the dank cotton that he had, but I haven't seen him carry that in forever. We'll see. I ordered batteries. I've ordered 6 P42As. Maybe I'm sure I'm going to get some battery wraps, which I have so many already.
Like all the you get coils from somebody, and a lot of them will throw in that little like pack of cotton bacon or cotton bacon prime, or like some of them will throw in battery wraps and stuff. And I kind of thought that was a good idea. I actually picked up a big like a big jumbo pack of 21700 battery wraps from 18650 store, and I was thinking about throwing them in orders, because most of the time if they throw battery wraps in, it's always 18650.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, really?
They never
I always
throw
get the 21700s. I was actually looking for a pair of 18650s the other day. I had used these like knockoff Pickle Rick ones that I had.
Knockoff the ODBs?
Yeah, they're like knockoffs of that. Like instead of it being Pickle Rick, it's just like a green battery wrap with like a face that's going like. They're knockoff fucking wraps. You can get for sure.
That's funny.
Yeah, all the battery wraps that I used to buy I used to get all my battery wraps off of Amazon, and they were always like had like the image, like a similar image to what like the ODB wrap was, but it was a little off.
Dude, I actually always wanted to get the polar bear, like the polar bear ones from ODB. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I actually just got a 4-pack of those because they only had 20. I bought 4 2700 batteries for one of the squonks that I picked up, and the only 2700 battery wrap for ODB that they had in stock was the polar bear. So I did just snag a pack.
Yeah,
of those.
I always wanted those, but honestly, man, I'm not the biggest fan of ODB wraps. Like I'm sure
they're kind of thin.
They're way too thin.
Yeah, they're kind of thin. They fall apart real easily.
They're not quality.
I almost kissed my coils.
Don't do that.
Almost just kissed them.
I don't know, Tony. I might have to try that out. We'll see. Like, I don't know. I haven't really bought commercial liquid in a while, man. I've been living the whole DIY lifestyle for the last year almost. I think the last commercial juice I got was strawberry something.
And I've been battling with that. Like, I want to support these companies that I've loved supporting through my vaping journey. And then on one hand, I want to order from these companies, but on the other hand, I'm like trying to put every bit of money I can into supplies for DIY.
Yeah. No, yeah. Trust me. Like, I talked to to Eric a while back, and I was like, dude, as soon as I get enough cash, I'm gonna just place a big order for some Psycho Curler and Dragon Shake. And he's all like, well, just let me know and I'll get you set up right. I'm like, I know how it goes. But yeah, I'm on the same thing. I mean, I'm curious about the new Grim line, the baked stuff, but again, yeah, I'm trying to like invest into my own stuff right now, and been trying to pick up as much gear as I can before everything goes to hell. So we're all just living that lifestyle right now.
I'm not living that lifestyle, but I'm
You're
living
in
the
Canada.
lifestyle of, hopefully there's still flavors after October. So anybody out there that's Canadian, go check out what the hell is the website? Pam, can you please remind
DIY
everyone
Supply.
what the website is? Because I forget. It's like, oh, I don't remember. I'm sure that I've seen Pam post about it, so Pam, it'll probably be like on the tip of her tongue. Oh yeah, sounds fucking dude, Bert, great fucking mod.
Overdrip, how close are you to Brampton?
Like an hour and 45 minutes. Wow, what's in Brampton?
I just sent a package.
Oh, then yeah, I'm not that far. It's like actually, it's like 15 minutes from where I grew up. But where I live now, it's about an hour and 45 minutes.
I just remembered that Mitch said he has that map where he marks off all the places he's got going, but what you need to do is make it really suspicious and put like red string going to all those places.
Okay, you want to hear something that's super funny? So one of my local guys yesterday comes and picks up an order of juice from me, and he tells me, "You want to hear something funny?" He says, "You want?" I met a girl. I talked to this girl because of you, and I was like, "What?" He says he was about a half hour away from me at there's a little town out about a half hour away, and called Elma, and he said this girl was vaping my juice, and he tells her, he's like, "Hey, I know the guy that makes that," and she's like, "What, really? He's not like from around here though. I think he's from a different state." And my buddy goes, "No, he's from Aberdeen." Her sister lives in Illinois, and I like a couple months ago I sent a bunch of packages to Illinois, and apparently one of them, part of it made it all the way back to my county. So her sister sent her juice from Illinois that came from me. It's making its way back.
You need to put "Made in Washington State" on your label.
Made in the dirty
Damn, I
deed.
think that you need to vape more Canadian liquid, because from what I remember, you don't really like sweet liquid, and I find that Canada is a lot more aligned with what you would like.
Yeah, I always hear American liquid's too sweet.
American liquid on the whole is sweeter than definitely in Canada and Australia and the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Malaysian juice, maybe. I've had some Malaysian juice and it's really sweet. But on the scale of like really sweet, I would put more American like liquid in that realm than Canadian. Now there is Canadian e-liquid that's really quite sweet, and some of it is the more popular shit.
Mm-hmm.
But some of those ones actually do taste really well. They're like well crafted, but they just happen to be sweet. There's like a company up here called like Marco Polo, and it's actually from Vapes by Anushi. Pretty sure that like the guy that owns Vapes by Anushi, it's his line.
Okay.
And it's good, but it's like every 20 mils I'm re-wicking. But it tastes good. That was my phone.
She says you're wrong. She likes sweet. She likes flavor to rattle the teeth.
Oh, so I was the exact opposite. Makes sense.
Yes.
Makes sense. That's probably why you don't vape that much Canadian e-liquid then. But like 12 Monkeys, you guys have all had 12 Monkeys, right?
I like 12 Monkeys.
To me, 12 Monkeys is too sweet.
I can get with that.
It's also a really popular liquid here. Same as Drip Social, which I know that they have that in America, but I don't know if they have that where you guys are from. But
I've never heard of it.
Like, you never heard of Drip Social? They're the ones that made like the vape hockey, and they make like dragon dragon slayer, maybe, I can't remember, but they're like a really popular brand. Like I'm sure that the people that created the brand are doing very well for themselves. And they're sweeter as well, but they're good. Like that's the thing, right? Like I can handle a sweeter liquid if it's well crafted. I can handle it. It won't be an all day for me ever, but I can enjoy it for an evening. You know what I mean? Like I would get anxious leaving the house vaping something that sweet when I was going to work, because I know that I'm going to be vaping something that sweet for like 8 to 10 hours. But if I get home and I'm chilling after dinner and I'm just like watching the Blue Jays play, or like chilling in a Zoom room, and I have like 3-4 setups on my disposal, that's when I'll enjoy those liquids. But it definitely gives me anxiety thinking about leaving the house with something that sweet. That's like the biggest risk that I have sometimes, is like finding out how sweet something is and seeing how long I can go before I'm like, oh my god, I gotta stop vaping this. It tastes good, but it's killing me.
That's fair.
I'm ready to talk about this though.
Go for it.
Okay. So, speaking of too sweet, definitely not too sweet, but I don't even think I would add sweetener to this. I don't think I'm going to add sweetener to this. I might end up trying it again, and I'll put in a bit just to see what it's like. But it's actually sweet enough. Now, right now, it tastes like a lemon donut, like a lemon filled donut. I don't really get much cream right now, but like I didn't really put that much cream into it. And also, like, it's going to take a little bit of time for the cream that I put into it to actually like start to come up. So we'll have to see how that works. But honestly, like, I don't even really taste the custard. It's just adding to the lemon, which is what I thought it would do, but I thought it might give me a little bit of back creaminess. But at this very moment, it's not doing that. Although I just made it sound like it's missing some things, I think it's actually quite good. And I'm pretty much gonna mix the 60 mil like the minute we're done the show and just let it sit the way that I just mixed it right now. And then maybe when I finish this 30, I'll try with a bit of sweetener, just see what it's like, see if the sweetener does anything. But right now, yeah, it's great, man. I fucking love Zappola. Like, I love it. I love the joy. Like, the donut component, I knew it was going to be good because I've used those flavors before. I like it. Mixed it. Try it out. If you got all that stuff, I know that that's 9 flavorings, and not everyone has that many or would have those exact ones, but I would actually recommend it. Compared to last week's that I didn't even publish because it was so fucking terrible, I totally swung it around. If anybody else wants to talk about their mix, go ahead.
Well, like I said earlier, I'm for sure gonna probably making a 60 mil after I tear through this, because this is good, man. I can't wait to see how the steep works out. But so far, I'm getting the creaminess, that doughiness from the Zappola. Holy crap, I'm still like not over that bit. Did add a little bit more brandy, so I boosted that a little bit, see how that goes. But we'll see how this steeps out, and I don't know. This might be something I end up playing with for a while. So, feeling very excited over here.
I'm really liking it. I definitely think that I don't think I'm gonna make a 60 right away. Like, I'm gonna see how this one steeps and then see how I need to adjust the fruit. But right now, like, all of the elements are coming through. I'm getting citrus, I'm getting the berries, and I'm getting like a creamy vanilla. It's really good. If I do add sweetener, it would only be a little. But if I add sweetener, I might end up cutting back the marshmallow and the meringue. I normally don't go as high as 1% of each in a recipe. So.
Yeah, like I feel like the 0.3 that I put in of those probably gave sweetness, and that's why I think that I'm satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also not like a real rot your teeth out sweet vapor. Um,
Yes, an advocate for liberty. Mitch's butterscotch ripple. Hasn't he tried it already?
I don't remember if he got some sent to him. I think he
Hmm.
did.
Fair enough.
Shit, I don't know what was in. I don't know what was in his pack. That was a long ass. I can't even remember what I had for breakfast, let alone
Fair
what people
enough.
ordered.
Fair enough.
like
I
yeah,
do
Tim,
have like
actually it's a lot like mine. So remember when you ordered? Oh wait, no, you never ordered. That's fine. It's fine. That's cool, Tim. Fine. And Tony, what do you mean by you need a good caramel butterscotch cream custard? What does that even mean? Like, do you want, is it cream or is it custard or is it a creamy custard? And like caramel and butterscotch are pretty close to this thing, so like you would never be able to tell that it had both in it. It would just make one richer than the other, in my opinion. Because most people will use like, so like for example, tonight in my mix, I backed butterscotch with caramel, so it tastes just like a creamier butterscotch. And if I did it the opposite way, it would be like a creamier, like more defined caramel.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be hard to get both of those flavors in the same mix without them just creating an individual flavor that you could, you know what I mean? It would be like that full spectrum of that flavor. So it'd be like one of those things you'd have to choose if you wanted it to be more caramel or if you wanted it to be more butterscotch. And also creamy, like what does that mean? Like, are most custards creamy?
They should
I'm
be.
just curious. Like to me, most custards are creamy. Like most
well,
any decent custard I've ever had.
no,
Like, dude, this custard right here is literally garbage. This one right here, this custard donut, is pretty much garbage. Sorry, the one or Beard Vape Co. or whatever, but that's terrible. Um, it's not creamy, but it also tastes like broken flavor. It's terrible. But that's also just my opinion. Once again, sorry. That's my opinion, not the whole panel. It's just mine.
I feel like some custards can almost come across as like dry, not so creamy.
Mm-hmm.
I've had custards that are like have maybe they use maybe they use like a cookie or a biscuit in theirs, and sometimes they'll go a little bit over, and so it's not as like creamy as I'd like it because the biscuit almost dries some of that stuff out sometimes. Um, dog barking at me. But I don't even know where I was going with that.
Well, the
Creamy.
fact that there are some creamy custards and then there are some not so creamy custards.
Yeah.
But see, to me, the ones that are not so creamy, they're not good.
See, my experience with custard is very limited because I've had like Chris's back in the day, and I think that's pretty much it other than stuff I made myself. So
I've honestly tried like so many different ones, man, because I've been just like a custard head pretty much for like 4 years at least.
as long as I know you, you've always been a custard guy.
Yeah, like I've been a custard head for sure. Like if there's a custard, if I go into a shop and they're like, oh yeah, like lots of times I'll be like, what's your best vanilla custard? And whatever they say, I'll try. And then sometimes I would be like, that's the best you have. That's not good.
That's no
Like you
bueno.
need to get
Baptasia. Uh-huh.
Well, dude, even that, like, dude, that is like what helped me fall in love with custards. Like, I'll
Really?
never really talk shit about it. Now, one thing that it's weird that I liked about it is like I kind of dug the pencil shavings, but like it literally is pencil shavings. Like
The pencil
there's
shavings.
no doubt in my mind. It's almost like they like extracted pencil shaving scent and put it in their custard. Now, do I still like it? Yes. I tried it maybe a year and a half ago and it was like ungodly sweet. And I don't know how I even vaped it for so long because I vaped the fuck out of it. But now I find like I haven't vaped in a year and a half. So like I don't even want to know what I think about it now because even like a year and a half ago to now, I find things that I liked a year and a half ago when I have them now they end up being sweeter than I want them to be.
Yeah, I get that.
Which is shitty too, because I find that sometimes like sweeter doesn't make stuff good. Some people do, like obviously people like sweet shit. Man, Transistor's killing it, and I find that their stuff's so sweet. But like
See,
the
I
worst
only
part
like
is,
I only
other
liked one
flavors-
of their flavors, so I can't speak for the rest of the line.
Dude, some of their fruits are good. Like Beautiful Disaster is good. It's too sweet. Pango, good, too sweet. What's the one that Swags used to always vape?
Tango Melon.
Tango Melon.
Tango Melon, good, too sweet. Dude, that the LSD, the lemon sugar drop candy, it tastes good. But once again, it's just too sweet. But there's tons of people that don't like that. That's like the hard part, right? Like you have to decide, especially if you're trying to do things commercially or you're trying to like sling liquid. Like you have to like either make something for other people that you know is gonna do better, or you just got to be true to yourself. I chose to go true to myself, which made who knows a full workout for me in the end. But like I wanted to make something that tastes good, much like I'm sure you guys do, because you guys, you know, vape a ton of your own liquid. I don't think that you're changing up the recipes just for your own personal self and sending out the stuff that is way sweeter or it's different. Like you're
No.
vaping the same recipes. So
No,
you know
I
what
mean,
It's a tricky spot.
it's like I said earlier, I had to like improvise in a couple of recipes, and I made myself a bottle just to see how it comes out. I have to test it out and stuff. And I think Mitch, I sent him something, and I even told him, I was like, dude, I changed the recipe last minute, and hopefully it turns out good. And I ended up making myself a bottle like a week later just to test it out, and I was like, okay, I'm happy with this. This works. Yeah, I think it was the blue sin. I had added one different flavoring, and I was like, it worked out perfectly. And I mean, I'm still evolving as a mixer, so a lot of improvisation sometimes just comes from being like, I could do this better. And I mean, that's the only time I've ever changed anything. It's just because I feel like I can do something better, or I have better things available to me. I mean, as the show has progressed, we've been all playing that game of who's got more flavorings, and it's like a weird competition we have going, but it encourages us to try shit we've never tried before, you know?
Yeah, I'm gonna be in last place soon, I think. Also, Duchess, get out of here.
I'm kind of
Look, see what I mean? He was all about Chris's stuff earlier in the fucking show. Now it's fucking bottled violence. Don't get me wrong, bottled violence is good, but damn.
I'm with you, Chris. Like on most of my recipes, like I'm gonna do it the way that that I'm gonna enjoy it. There have been a few recipes where I've had enough people tell me like this needs to be a smidge sweeter, and so you know if one person says it, I make a note. If multiple people say it, then I'm like, oh, okay, you know, maybe that one does need to be a tiny touch sweeter.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you know, I don't want this to sound like egotistical. No, my recipes are my recipes. Like I'm happy with them the way they are. I don't want to I'm not going to change them. I'm not Burger King. Like this isn't Burger King. You can't have it your way. If you know, I make it the way that it is. If people don't like it, then they don't like it. I don't know. It's kind of like going into a restaurant. You don't go into a restaurant and order their special and then ask them to change everything about it.
And do a bunch of
Well,
substitutions.
you can,
You
but
can kick
they
rocks,
also
like-
have the right to say, "Well, I'm sorry, but that can't happen."
Yeah.
But like, I think that's also like it's the slight difference between like what you guys are doing and what I'm doing, right? Like for me, like I basically had to go off of what I felt was the best it was gonna get without changing it because I can't change it on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're ordering a bunch of bottles, right, you can't like make one order or make 5 orders for people, and then get feedback and be like, okay, you know what, I will tweak it a little bit, because like I just can't do that. Like when I order, I have to order like hundreds of bottles at a time. So that was like the hardest part for me, right? Was like when I submitted my recipes and I gave them my recipes and then they sent me the samples, like I had to like pick it apart. But like realistically, I'm picking apart my own recipe and it's like a professional lab. So like it basically came back and tasted just the way that I would make it at my desk. And so I had to just go with it and be like, you know what, that's the way that I like it. I have to go with that. You know what I mean? Like I could have made it more sweet, or I could have done whatever to try to like maybe hit it bigger with other people. But like there's got to be other people out there like me, and that's kind of the way that I treated it, right? Like there's going to be other people that enjoy the way that I like to vape and the flavors that I like. So that's what I have to do. And I guess I just kind of stuck true to myself, but like it's such a big commitment. And even for you guys, when you guys put something out for people to buy, like you said, Mitch, like you're not going to just change everything because one person tells you. You're not going to change a bunch of different things and then it ends up morphing into something that you don't enjoy as much as what you'd originally, put out there. So it's like you have to like hold this line, and I think that it's difficult to do that sometimes.
I mean, it's one of those weird things. Like the only concession I've ever made was anytime I would send my list out, they're like, dude, do you do any fruits? So that kind of encouraged me to maybe explore fruits a bit more, just because I am a dessert guy deep down inside. But then beyond that, like I said, any changes I've made is just because I feel like I could do it better, or I could do something to make it better for me. But I mean, I vape my own liquids. I mean, here's like a full 240 of fucking rectum balls, and I've already torn through that much. And if anybody that knows me, how much crap I keep on my desk to vape on, for me to get through that much liquid says something.
Oh yeah, dude. Actually, the other day I was like, I emptied out the garbage in this room, and like for some reason where I live, like I don't know what the fuck is going on with my recycling guy, but he will not take e-liquid bottles. He won't even take flavoring bottles. He'll pick through the entire fucking bin and he'll leave them all in there. So unfortunately I end up throwing them away, which is kind of fucking bullshit, but it is what it is. I guess I can't make the guy do his job correctly. That's what his boss is for. I guess I should launch a complaint. But I went through, and dude, like I found in the garbage bag, because literally all that's in there is like e-liquid bottles and like wrapping from like a box that I got with like bubble wrap or whatever else. Dude, there was like, I don't know, probably a dozen vanilla custard and like a dozen fucking butterscotch custard, and I was like, whoa. Like if I would be a terrible drug dealer, because I be getting high on my own supply all the time. Like,
oh dude, I think we're all,
and people have said to me like, dude, you can just mix it up. I'm like, yeah, I know, but that's like work. Like I've already paid for those bottles. Like it's not like I didn't pay for them.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like all four of us on this show were culpable of that sin of we get high on our own supply.
Oh, for sure.
But I mean, that's why we do this. All right. We're over on time a little bit here, so we're gonna get to our goodbyes and all that jazz. All right, Chris, you want to start us off?
Yeah, I can do that. Okay, so what I will say first of all is if you guys aren't subscribed, hit subscribe. If you're not subscribed, hit subscribe and get someone else to subscribe, or to subscribe, because you should punish yourself. You have to go out and hunt people down to subscribe to this channel, because we got to get to 1,000. That is like my 2021 goal, and if it doesn't happen, I swear to God, I don't know what I'll do.
175 away. It's just a measly 175.
Like you know what? I might even just be like, listen, clown, go live for 24 hours on like New Year's Eve, and I will literally whore myself out to get you every one to get to 1,000. I don't even give a shit.
It's just Chris hanging out in a Zoom room by himself.
Yeah, I'll just be chilling here, like watching a movie, and just be like, oh yes, hit subscribe. Yeah, do that. Yeah, okay, so you can check me out on Friday nights on the Janklin Vaper YouTube channel for the Green Room. You can check me out on the Shed Time Podcast. So if you want to go check out both those things, you can go to shedtimepodcast.com. Go show our boy Sean Typhon some love because he is always just sweating, working on that website. We're always getting new content put on there from all the guests we've had. We actually just recently had, not this past week, the week before, we actually had like a guy that I went to high school with who's like a professional comedian. You should go check out his. He had put a comedy special. You should go check that out. It's fucking hilarious. It's definitely a little dark, so be prepared. Don't go in there and be easily offended. I'll just put that out there. But it was a great episode to have him on there. Also, if you guys do want to check out some custard, one day I will have more than just custard on there. I promise you that. But if you guys want to, you can go on there. It's UncleChrisTestingGrounds.com. Use the code Mixingitup. It'll save you a little bit of cash. I think that's everything. And if it's not, that's fine. Everybody have a safe week. And we'll see you guys next week for another episode of Mixing It Up where we'll have the 4 stallions here instead of just the 3.
White stallion.
So
That's
yeah,
what went through my head.
when you watch this Sifu, when you watch this replay, which I know you will, we love you, bro. You were missed. Mitch,
Very much so.
take it away.
Yeah, you need to stay off them lattes. Being late.
Yeah,
so-
for real. He's getting way into those latte.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I'm actually really excited about this mix. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week. If you want to try some liquids, to reach out. Any of my social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And you can try some liquids.
Nice.
Take it away, clown. Send us out of here, brother.
Alrighty. Yeah. Speaking on Sifu's behalf, hit him up on Discord, Facebook, Instagram. Just get a hold of him. Get some of his liquids. Shit is legit. Just saying. All right. And as for me, if you're interested in juice coils, same goes. Just hit me up on Discord, Facebook, Instagram. I've been asked this a couple of times, so I'm just saying this publicly. The website has been dead for like almost 1.5 years at this point. I don't have a site anymore just because the upkeep was just getting a little too much. And with everything going on in my personal life, I couldn't really keep the website going anymore. So there's that. All right. So if you guys are interested in like t-shirts or anything, there's a Teespring link down below. And I know I've been seeing like Eddie posting all the links for everybody, so check out those links. Follow everybody, follow us on ELR. Give us some stars, some ratings on the recipes if you tried them out yourself and stuff like that. Let us know any notes too if there's a way you see we could have improved it that we missed or something. Hey, we want to grow as mixers, so that is always welcomed. And lastly, I was gonna say, I know we've been kind of teasing it. Duchess, UK Cartel. What the hell is his fucking full name? He has like a long ass name. Cloud Cartel. Yeah, UK Clark Cartel. I know him by his actual name. I just call him that. Either way, we're gonna be doing a nice little show coming up over on his channel, and it should be fun. We're still teasing on what the show is about, but be on the lookout for that. We are excited and we're so ready to go and we're pumped. So let's keep this hype train going and all that. All right, so we'll catch you guys next week for another episode of Mixing It Up, and we'll see what flavor brand we take on next week. So we'll catch you guys next week, and as always, vape on, mix on. Boom. Bye.
Oh, it's the Cloud Cartel UK.
There you go.
That's what.
Cloud
Scroll
Cartel
down.
UK. Yep. All right, bye.